Hey students, in this video I am going to show you how to add in a couple cool features into your shed. This will be an extension on what you did in your previous video tutorial. Just a quick recap of what we did in that last video. We added in the dimensions for the exterior of the shed. We added in a window, specifically a casement window, into the shed. We moved the placement of the door, and we dimensioned both the door and the window. In this short video, I want to show you how to add in some counters and some cabinetry, which is not very easy. To find our cabinetry and our countertops and any piece of furniture that you may possibly want to add into a file in Revit, it's kind of weird. You're going to go up to the top, and when you're in the Architecture tab, you're going to go under Component. When I click on Component, I can either place a component or I can model in place. I definitely am not going to want to tinker with that one. I'm going to click on Place a Component. When I click on that, my tabs up on the top change. Now I'm going to have some preloaded components that come preloaded with every single Revit that we have at school. For example, I defaulted to a desk. It's a 30 by 60 inch desk. I can just simply come in and plop in a desk into my shed. Maybe instead of a gardening shed, I want a he shed or a she shed. Those are kind of cool right now. I don't have one, but maybe you guys have one. Let's see what else we have. It looks like we have a parking space, which is totally ridiculous for what we're doing. We have a couple of different types of trees that are preloaded. We have a metal support, definitely not needed for what we're doing. What I want you guys to play around with is adding in some kitchen cabinetry. Here's how you're going to go about doing that. It is not going to be on your properties off to the side. It's going to be in this little folder right over here called Load Family. When your Load Family folder opens up, you should see a bunch of folders. Before you start to dig into each and every one of the folders, what you definitely need to double check is to be sure you're in US Imperial. Sometimes our computers in the Libraries folder default to the US Metric folder, and all of the furniture and all of the ductwork, any doors or windows, kitchen cabinets, all of the information you're going to be adding from that US Metric folder will be in the wrong measurement system. So I'm going to go back to Libraries, and I'm going to double click on US Imperial. Now I know everything I'm going to move in will be in US Imperial, or inches and feet measurements. Now from here, everything is sorted into different folders, like title blocks, which we're not going to use yet. We have site things that we could add. We can add in railings. Well, we don't need to add in railings because we don't have any stairs yet. We're not going to be plumbing in our shed. We're not going to be planting. We don't need any pipes. We don't need any mechanical yet. In the mechanical folder, you might find some things that we'll need later on, but not yet. I could maybe start diving into furniture, not electrical. I could maybe look at a little bit more options for doors, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to try out my casework folder. I think that's where I'm going to find what I need. So I'm going to click on it one time, and then I'm going to do a fast double click. Ooh, excellent. This is exactly what I was looking for. Casework is things like cabinetry that you might have in your kitchen or in your bathroom. So you can see that I have a folder called Base Cabinets, Countertops, Shelving, Tall Cabinets, and Wall Cabinets. If we're going to be looking closer at a kitchen, we will need to be placing in things like base cabinets first, starting at the floor. Then we'll add in countertops, working our way up vertically, and then finally wall cabinets. Now sometimes you'll have a tall cabinet in your kitchen as well, but for our shed, let's get started with base cabinets. I'm going to double click that folder, and I have a bunch of different choices. I'm not quite sure which any of them are, so all I need to do is click on it one time, and you should get a little preview off to the side. So this is just a kitchen base cabinet that has two big drawers. I'm going to add in my sink, because every time I design a kitchen, I always want to focus it around a sink. I don't want to choose vanity cabinet, even though it says that there's a sink here. If I choose vanity cabinet, it's going to be too short. Vanities are a shorter height than these base cabinets. Base cabinets in a kitchen will be 36, and these vanity cabinets are 32 inches tall. So I'm just going to keep looking. Here we go. This is the one I want. Base cabinet, double door sink unit. I'm going to click on it one time. This is exactly what I was thinking I wanted to place in. And I'm going to select it and click open, or I could do a quick double click. Once I do that, it takes a moment and it's going to load. I'm going to get my blue lines showing where it's going to plop in. The blue line that is connected to my cabinet currently is where my plumbing will go. The opposite side is my doors and my drawers that might be opening. So that means for you that you need to place the blue line against the interior of the wall. I'm going to click once and I place in one sink base cabinet. I don't need another one of those because I only have one sink. But I am going to try and put in a different size because that looked pretty little to me. So now I'm going to put in another one. A 36 inch is going to be a better size. Hopefully you saw that I went off to my properties and I have all of these different size base cabinets for a sink. I can go from 24 to 48 inches. Let's load another model. Notice that it defaulted back to my base cabinet. Excellent. Now I can start looking at some different options. Ooh, I love that kind of drawer in my kitchen, so I'm going to do that one next. Not going to place that one right next to my sink. I'll place that one off to the side here. I'm just going to load up an entire wall of base cabinets. Go to load family. Let's see what the built-in is. That is for a built-in stove. I don't want that one. I'm not planning on doing a corner cabinet. Ooh, here we go. I like that one. Double door and two drawers. So I'm going to click on open. And I'm going to place that. Now, I want to rearrange these, and I can't get rid of this right now. So I should just be able to hit on my keyboard, the top left corner, the escape button. That didn't quite work. Ooh, it was just 2 clicks of that escape button. Now that I am out of my current placing of more furniture, I defaulted right back to my modify tool in my architecture tab, which is perfect. Now I can just take this kitchen cabinet and I can move it all the way over to the corner. It's really important that you look for those blue lines to snap to things. Oh, wait for it to be blue. There we go. And it doesn't want to move. Here we go. Now I got my blue selected. I have my blue lines, and I know it's moving because I have my 4 arrows. And I definitely want my sink to be centered. Okay, now I'm going to add in some more cabinetry, but I'm not going to add in anything new. So I want to continue adding. I'm going to click on the background so I don't have anything selected, and now I'm going to go back to component. Because I already loaded a bunch of kitchen cabinets, I don't need to load anything new. So I'm going to add another 24-inch wide kitchen sink, or not kitchen sink, but 4-drawer unit. And let's see what else is already loaded. Oh, here we go. I'm going to add in, not quite sure if this will fit, a 42-inch. Nope, that's not going to fit. It overlaps. So what other size do I have? I'm going to try a 39-inch. Excellent. Look at that. It fits like a glove. Perfect. Now on my keyboard, I want to get out of here. I'm going to hit escape 2 times. And now I have my base cabinetry loaded. I'm going to go to View, 3D View, and I'm going to try and hide my roof, but that's not working so well, so I'm just going to click here, and with my roof selected, it gets kind of transparent and I can see how my kitchen cabinetry is looking. That's going to work for now. I'm going to leave it like that. Oh man, that's a bummer. I can see that this cabinet is backwards. Whoopsies. That one cabinet was backwards. I'll fix that later. I'm going to go back to my floor view. And, well, I guess that's just how that one looks. It looks a little weird. Now that I'm back on my floor view, I'm going to go back to my architecture tab. I'm going to go to component, and I'm going to load family again. This time, instead of looking for base cabinets, I'm going to go back up to casework. And I'm going to go to countertops. And in here, I have a bunch of different countertops. I have a countertop with a sink. I have a plain countertop. And I'm going to load in my sink. It's thinking, and it's defaulting with the, there we go. It's a little bit off on size, but that's okay. I'm just going to plop it in for now, and I'm going to hit escape 2 times. Let's see, that is going backwards. Here we go. I'm going to hit this button right here, and then I'm going to move it back against the wall. I definitely need to change my base cabinet because currently my base cabinet is not the right size for my kitchen counter. Let's just delete that for now. I'm not going to add in a sink right yet. So I'm going to go back to component, load family, and I'm just going to add in a plain countertop right here. Click on open, and I'm going to place in my counter. Now at this point it's backwards, so I'm going to click this button to turn it around. Escape 2 times. Wanted me to be on the edge, so I'm going to do that next time. And then I'm going to go all the way to here. I'm going to take this button, and I should be able to extend that all the way out to the length of my counter. Now for some reason, I'm thinking that's backwards. So let's hop over to 3D view, click on my ceiling, and there we go. My countertop is in, it's not backwards, but my cabinets are still backwards. So I'm going to go over here to floor. That sometimes is the case. You load stuff and it gets in there backwards. Ooh, snap. I'm going to edit that while you guys try it out.